and it was like perfect. And guess what? Go.
Okay, so
Really?
Yeah, like I didn't have to do all that other stuff. I don't know.
So
We are experiencing here
A lot
at
of this.
Elite Rehab Real Therapy and Wellness for Women. We are not tech savvy and we're experiencing a few technical difficulties. But Brenda has saved the day.
We're flexible and adaptable. You can be too.
I like that.
I like that.
Tell somebody to comment on the video just to make sure everybody's not frozen like a statue.
Yeah, are we still frozen?
Somebody comment.
Like
Can you
see
hear
me, Logan?
us? Sorry. Do I need to go get the music going?
Here we are. We're all together.
Okay, so just keep talking, and I'm going to figure this out as we go. And people probably missed out on some great stuff.
I think they did.
We were on goals. We were still on number one.
Yeah, we were still on number one.
The bad sides of goals. So on that note, what's the good side of goals? Do we find goals, is there any positive value to them?
Yes, I think so.
Well, yes, they anchor us in the direction we're going. I mean, I need a roadmap. I would be in trouble without
every
GPS.
visit with, what are your goals? Like,
Yeah.
you have to identify the issue or the problem or whatever before you can come with a solution. So I kind of like goals.
I set them in physical therapy and I set them in personal training because how do you know you got there if you don't know where there is?
Or if
Right.
you don't know where you want to go.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, you gotta have, kind of like you said, the roadmap. So,
How are you going to know
And
if
then-
it's better or you've gotten there?
and then the why, like I really dig into the why behind it too because over the years, like I've very much learned that if it isn't something that's meaningful to the person, they aren't going to care if they meet it or not. They won't put that work in, the effort in, because goals are effort.
Which
You have to put the
helps
work in.
too when we were just talking about whether you caught that or not, why goals are bad. It was because a lot of times they're unrealistic.
Yeah.
But if you set a goal and you know the why behind your goal,
Yes.
you are taking that out as a reason that it's a bad goal.
Yep, and a lot of times I'll do the 5 whys, where to really dig
Do
into.
tell.
It's exactly that, and you can do more than 5, but you just keep asking why till you get to the
Oh.
deep-seated why does someone want to do it. So, like for
Favorite
instance, weight loss.
question.
I love it because I want to lose 10 pounds.
Why?
Well, why? Because I want to look good in a bathing suit. Well, why? Because and then
I had
you
a lot of
keep-
cute bathing suits and they're going to waste.
But eventually you get down, if the person is willing to kind of go that deep, you'll get down to the, I am afraid I won't be there to take care of my children when I get older. And or something like that. And so then you get into that why. Because there's usually something like, yes, we all want to look good naked. I get that. We all do. But there's usually some reason behind why you want to do that. Is it confidence? Is it because you want to stay healthy?
Yeah, there's a
to
deeper
care for
longevity.
someone. There's
But
something
to your
deeper
point,
there.
the deeper is what's going to keep you motivated
Yes.
and going.
So that's what I go, okay, now you're going to put that up on your fridge or wherever, people have their things, but that's what you want to remember every time it gets tough.
So don't you think that can carry over, obviously we cover a broad range of services. I set goals, medical goals.
Mhm.
You set physical goals.
Mhm.
People set therapy goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, makes complete sense so that they don't have to be isolated.
And,
I think goals just get a bad name because of New Year's. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I think the New Year's goal setting, they get
I
a bad
like the
name.
refreshing
Mhm.
concept of New Year, New You.
Yes.
I like that. But I think it lends to failure.
I think so.
Because there's
Yeah.
no reason you can't set goals on January 2nd or January 21st. Or,
Yeah, why does it have to be?
Yeah.
And I read a stat, I think it was like 80% of people by the end of January, beginning of February, already
I think
derailed.
I think I read that, and I don't think it even lasted until the end of January.
Yeah,
Like,
I want to say it was like
within
I think it was
weeks.
third week.
Yeah, yeah. And it was like, but why? Because so much. You're not gonna go from doing what you were doing last year overnight into being this person that's meal prepping and exercising every day and going to bed at 9 and getting up at 5. Like, you're just not.
I'm a huge fan on that note of, and I can't call them mini goals and major goals, but like stepwise, or for instance, okay, if drinking water is an issue for you, drink water. Make sure that you are getting in X number of ounces for a week, and once you've mastered that, and then set another one, so that you are
build
stair
habit
stepping. You're
stacking.
going habit stacking.
Habit
Oh,
stacking.
Anna would be so proud.
yes, and then you've used this last year, SMART goals.
Yes.
Is it
yeah.
specific, measurable,
Attainable.
attainable, and timely?
Yep.
So in the next 3 months, I want to increase my water gradually. naturally to 64 ounces a day. Boom.
And I'll do, like, I kind of, same kind of thing, two things to kind of tag onto that. Every 90 days, I like to revisit goals with clients because sometimes they change.
Yeah.
So sometimes you kind of look back at, because 90 days is a long enough time where you're either going to make progress to it or you're not, and then you kind of dig into, well, why didn't you make progress? And it start to kind of uncover, well, it probably wasn't that meaningful to start with, or your priority shifted. And then I also like to look at if
Or
you're
you
doing
didn't attack it the right way.
where you didn't, you need some other resources, obstacles got in your way, something that needs to be addressed. And then I also like to look at kind of over the month when you're doing something like the water goal or eating your protein, are you 80% compliant, so to speak, with it? Because if you can get to 80%, you can start adding to or on to.
Versus 100%.
Well, because most of the time you're not going to be 100%.
That's
But if
not
you're
as
less than
helpful for me.
80%, you're not ready for any new goals because you haven't built that one.
I don't go 80-20 because that's a little bit more concrete, but I do. Are you doing it more this week than you did last week?
Ooh, I like
So
that.
Yeah.
same kind of concept, not as rigid, but
Same.
it forces
better.
you to think.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Ooh,
it's
I like
just that making sure that you're doing it consistently enough. Because if you don't, it'll be really easy when you add another habit or something a little harder to drop that one. Especially with some of the eating habits, like nutrition. It's so hard, or even exercise. I mean, if you're working out 3 days a week and until you nail that, you're not going to jump to 5.
Well, and approaching it that way, I mean, and no matter what the goal is, it's easiest to talk about health and wellness goals, but no matter what the goal is, if you break it down into manageable chunks like that, so maybe even drinking more water is too broad, but okay, I want to drink 1 cup of water a day, and then I want to drink 2 cups of water a day, but it makes it much more manageable, which goes back to setting smart, I'm not going to be
Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and
Yeah.
timely.
Yeah. And there's no reason, I think too that people get so caught up in goals because they feel like if they set a goal, they have to be rigid to that goal. There's no reason those goals can't necessarily fluctuate, or at least the steps to those goals.
Yeah, well, they're going to change.
You can readjust, pivot, flexible.
Yeah, you got to be.
And you got to live your life. And there is a lot going on out there. So again, one of your questions is about how does stress or emotional regulation impact your capacity to set and achieve goals. Do you want us to go there?
Yes, it's
You
a
can go
great,
wherever
yeah.
you go.
Okay, so what is your relationship with stress? And do you know when you're stressed? Do you know when your body is stressed? I mean, all of us are living in fight-flight mode right now. Cut off the news. Again, winter is my less favorite season, but it is a necessary season because I appreciate spring and summer. So I know something good is coming. But it is a time to pause and check my relationship with stress. 90% of our health issues are stress related. Is that, can we confirm that?
I mean,
So
I'll say yes.
again, if you're not aware of your sort of your bandwidth or your stress tolerance, ask your family members. They will quickly tell you how you are doing. And I think if you don't have a plan to manage your stress,
That needs to be your first goal.
right, because change is stressful, even if it's baby steps. And if you don't have anything to manage discomfort, chances are taking steps to change, or even if it's for the better, are going to be challenging.
well, I agree.
I think
Hard.
one way to decrease your stress level in general is to set realistic goals too. I mean, not to be redundant, but
Well, and give yourself some grace. Like you're not gonna be perfect all the time. And then at the end of the day, ultimately, like you're the one putting the pressure on yourself. So it's this sounds kind of rude, I guess, but it's like, who cares? At the end of the day, if you don't meet that goal, who really cares? It may not have suited
because
you
we
well.
have another day to
You can
either
change
address
it.
the
Yeah.
goal or to
Well, I
change
think people
the goal.
get just too rigid, and it's like, okay, well, that one didn't work. Let's try something else, and have that like stop beating ourselves up that I have to do this or I'm a bad person, because we start to label ourselves with, like you were saying before, like I'm lazy, I'm this, I'm that. No, you're not. You just, that goal didn't work for you, or this time it didn't work for you. Maybe now's not the right time because you're stressed at work. family stuff going on, and you just need to just back off and be like, can I just maintain?
That's right.
I don't think we give ourselves enough grace to fail.
Well,
And
to
we don't
allow
know how-
life to play a role in that too,
And we don't.
as a variable, that is.
Yeah, that you can't control everything. But yeah, and then also the failure. Like, we don't give ourselves permission to fail, but half the time the best learning lessons are when you failed. At least in my experience, because I failed a lot.
I think to top that off, any health wellness goals are related to all the basics that we talk about. Are you medically healthy? Are you committed to sleep? What are you putting in your body, whether it's water, other substances, and what kind of food? And are you pausing to relax, play?
And are you moving your body?
Movement. I mean, so health and wellness are comprised of all of those pieces. I don't think you can meet a physical health goal or a change in your your daily habits that promote your health if you're not checking your relationship with stress.
Yeah, without acknowledging that its impact.
Yeah, they're all pieces, whether we want to believe it or not, or practice it or not.
And stress, your body does not know the difference between emotional, physical, mental. It just doesn't.
Or a bear.
Or a bear running after you. Yeah, but that's something that I've found that a lot of people don't understand, particularly when it comes to injury and how your body's going to respond to that. Because eventually, like, our bodies sort of store it, which I don't love to say that word, but our bodies do remember. It does keep a score. I think there's a book called that.
Yeah, the body keeps score.
And it really is true, because eventually something so innocuous like putting on your shoe may knock you down in the sense that your back pain flares up. But it wasn't that you put on your shoe that did it. It was that cumulative effect of like the last couple of weeks and what have you been going through. And so then people get injured because if we talked about the fitness goals, and then now it's kind of like, I have to wash my hands of it. I'm gonna give up all my goals.
I find stress comes up more, and it's a more difficult concept to understand in terms of physiologic stressors with menopause. Because I will forever talk to people about, okay, so a 45, 50-year-old woman who said, 10 years ago, I could do X, Y, and Z. I could manage my weight. I could manage my life. Everything was good. I'm still doing X, Y, and Z, but it's not working. Well, the thing that shifts in that are the physiologic stressors, those stressors within us. But as you said, my body doesn't care whether I'm being chased by a bear, doing a cartwheel, or going through menopause. Our body the response is to elevate those cortisol levels.
Which then, wouldn't you argue then that sometimes the goal process can be a stressor?
Yeah.
I think some people let it become a huge stressor, which is why then we
Which
don't
is what you
love
were saying,
them.
and why I said managing your stress should be your primary goal, because to your point, that if you don't acknowledge stress and its impact, then
So then your goal becomes the stressor, and so I think like I was saying, again, I'll reiterate, I think that's where goals get a bad name. Because too many people won't set them, or don't want to talk about them, or don't want to dig deep because they're like, oh, I never reach my goals.
I think we tend to think of goal setting as an individual practice, and while goals need to be individual, I honestly think that goal setting with a friend or a provider makes more sense.
Yeah, I think
That
so.
was one of mine.
I think sometimes, it can
Connection.
be easier.
Well, you need an accountability buddy. She asked about that later. Well, also, again, if we circle back to January and the wintering season is a time where we rest and slow down a bit.
the wintering season.
Can we look at this as sleep is something we all ask about in relation to medical health, doing training goals, physical injuries, recovering. So relationship with stress would be a great baby goal to consider checking. Are you resting? Is this a good time for you to check your sleep habits?
You need to embrace your inner bear.
That's what I was
am
saying. In my head
embracing
was
my
running.
inner
Hibernate. I'm gonna hibernate.
It's a great time to check your sleep. Many of you have all those fancy rings.
These things,
and
Auras
watches.
and Fitbits and whoops!
But it will be really hard to meet your goals or get where you want to go this year if you're not sleeping.
What else is on that fun sheet?
Or Brenda, do you have any questions?
Well, are there any tips and tricks for sleeping?
For
I mean,
sleeping?
asking for a friend.
There's a lot of them, but
sleep is really, sleep is a hard one because there's lots of different reasons people don't sleep well. There's you can use a blanket term of insomnia, but is that because you can't get to sleep, or is that because you can't stay asleep?
Two
And
totally different things.
two
What about both?
Totally very, yeah.
Put your phone down and take your estrogen.
And
progesterone.
progesterone.
Well,
Take
you're
your
not
progesterone.
wrong. I mean, men don't
If you're
take
Yeah.
estrogen, but you are not wrong. I mean, if you were going to do anything to answer, very seriously answer your question, Brenda, the most massive impact you could have on your sleep is to get anything electronic out of your bedroom or out of your hands for an hour prior to sleep.
Put your phone.
You have to, it's like anything else, you got to train for sleep. It's called sleep hygiene, which I think is a funny term, but
I do
nevertheless,
too.
yeah.
I like
You have to
sleep
train
habits
for
better.
it, and so that your body knows every night what to expect. It's like training your kids to sleep. It's trying to training your dogs. It's the same. I know that sounds very basic, but it is. You have to train your brain to know to anticipate sleep. And for some people, that's easier than others.
Very true.
Not for
But
old people.
some
Creatures
people
of
have them.
habit.
But I think some quick things that you can do is room temperature. It should be cooler. Like you tend to sleep better when it's cooler. Dark. Most people need it dark. So if you have the blackout shades and things like that. This is not a popular one, but it is a big one. Is keeping your pets out of the room and not letting them sleep in the bed because they often will like jump on you.
and they're hot.
That, and then if you have cats, they get feisty at night, and so you can have cat fights on the bed that'll wake you up. I mean, I don't let my cats in the room with me. I learned with my sleep habits. I was like, whatever I can do. But those are some ones, like a hot shower right before bed.
I was gonna say that's what
elevates your
my
temperature.
nerdy
drops
kind of
it.
thing.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
And that's has to do. Those are things that you're not eating within, I think, 2 hours of bed. Especially if you have any type of acid reflux or something like that.
Although the exception to that is like warm milk or warm tea, because you can internally warm yourself and allow it to.
Drinks warm milk. I'm sorry.
My mom swears by it.
I don't want warm milk unless it's got chocolate in it.
She does the 25 calorie Swiss Miss hot cocoa, and she swears by
I
it.
could do that,
I
but
think it's
not
just
just
like
milk. But so those are some practical, like they are general kind of. But yeah, I mean, I think there definitely has to be
Get the
why
electronics out of
are
bed.
you?
I mean, that's easy. They actually make apps and stuff now to make you stop your phone at night.
Really?
Yeah, there's a little
Freeze
like
it. That's
yeah.
important. That's great.
I know, but it's funny that they make an app to
Well, they have to now because technology's taken over.
they make
And our
technology
lives are-
to help you break technology.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I know, it's kind of
Well,
sad.
And how many of you out there, including us here, we're busy, we go, and we want to go to sleep, and we lay down with the intention to sleep, and when we relax our bodies,
Yeah.
so there are so many brain tactics for dumping that or quieting
Box
that.
breathing. I like a tablet next to the bed with a pen, so you can get it out.
Not a
Tap
tablet,
it.
electronic.
Not
You know, writing.
no,
A-
old school
a
paper
yeah,
pen.
paper
Yeah.
pen.
Writing it
Notepad.
out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
I
you
had
get
to
it out of your
clarify.
brain and onto the paper so that you don't forget it.
Some people like audio, nature, or calming music. Some of those apps.
I prefer murder shows.
Murder shows, okay. Maybe that distracts you from.
It distracts me from my thoughts. Yes.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Go dark.
I mean, that's what works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Evil lives here.
Soap operas, books. Yes.
Don't take that.
Did we
advice.
mention that we all specialize in quirks?
Yeah. It's what makes us unique.
No, sleep is a tricky one. So if that's
Sleep
your
is a
goal,
very
I would
tricky one.
encourage, start with the basics. But if the basics aren't working, reach out for help because there's
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of resources
Plenty
for
out
that.
there.
Yeah, and figuring out what the cause is. 'Cause
there may be a role for a sleep study. I know
I
you don't
wanna-
sleep well, like
I
sleep
wanna do
apnea,
one.
but there's other issues too that they can identify.
I wanna do
Restless
one.
legs.
Just to see.
Do you?
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of.
Insurance will cover.
I got one.
Insurance doesn't cover anything.
Okay.
That's
ladies,
next month.
How can women shift from goals based on appearance? I'm thinking vanity to goals based on strength, energy, joy, and stability.
Oh, that's a mindset change.
It is. And those are huge for me though.
Sort of the mindset. How do you change your mindset?
So one of my, it's huge, but one of my things that I've been really focusing on lately and with my clients is like, think about, like, I'm lifting to be a strong grandma. Like, I want to be 80 years old, picking up whatever the heck I want on my own. I don't want to be frail.
A strong senior.
Yeah. So, and that's independence for me. So I really think about it from an independent standpoint of I don't want to need someone to take care of me. If what I do now can prevent that, heck yeah, let me lift those heavy weights. So I just kind of, in my mind, am framing it like that, and I try to coach and teach my clients the same thing. How do you want to feel? Because you can be skinny and feel horrible and be on 10 million medications, but do you want to feel good and be able to play with your grandkids and go on vacations and be able to enjoy Australia and do whatever you want while you're there? And none of that depends on how skinny you are. So it's kind of shifting the mindset.
I don't think they're necessarily mutually exclusive either. I think if you concentrate on the health benefits of being strong, you're going to get the beauty, vanity benefits as well. If for no other reason, then it shows through in your self-confidence. Because strong individuals, I mean, you can watch a strong individual, they walk differently, they carry themselves differently, they speak differently.
It's a different power when they come to a
room. That's it. It's empowering to be strong. But it's a tough thing to convince people to shift those. Shift that thought. But knowing that they're not mutually exclusive, you can have both.
Right.
I think helps.
I think it's a generational thing too, though. I will say, like 80s, like even maybe early 90s generation is very much from that, and earlier skinny, like didn't lift heavy weights, wasn't exposed to lifting. Whereas now you get kids, like girls in their 20s, 30s, have been exposed to it and are like, yeah, I want to be strong. They don't have as much of that.
I think some of it's life phase too, because you hit perimenopause, menopause, and so many things are out of your control. The beauty concept of it is one that you can, like it feels more concrete.
That's true.
Yeah, it's just,
it's a mindset shift, and then kind of what are you prioritizing? Because one of the things that I just love to always point out is, somebody who's strong and has muscle looks vastly different from someone at the exact same weight. So a 150-pound woman with, 25% body fat and the same weight, but the woman has 50% body fat, two totally different looks. Woo. You're gonna look totally different. So like that number on the scale, you gotta get past that. You gotta get past it. You're gonna get bulky. You're not. Women, we don't. We can't. And so
50 pounds of muscle fits in a much tighter package
than
50 pounds of fat.
So it's not, it's one of my pet peeves is that a pound of muscle weighs more than a pound of fat. No, it doesn't. A pound is a pound.
Okay,
it's a volume issue, not a weight issue. But that's been kind of what people say. But no, it just takes up less space. So I think some of it is having those conversations too, and getting rid of some of those myths that have been around for a very, very long time about health and fitness and women. I work with an 84-year-old, and back in the day, women weren't allowed to lift, or they weren't encouraged to lift. They couldn't play sports, and so she comes from a totally different generation, and she loves lifting weights.
She's strong as crap.
Oh, she is. She loves it. She is always. She's like, I wish I could have done this back in the day, and she loves it, and she's great, and she's 84, deadlifting, squatting. So I just
maybe to your point, sometimes it just starts with it's as easy as a conversation. It's not always as easy as a conversation, but for some, that may just be enough.
Well, and all three of us want to show up as the best version of ourselves, whether it's at home or for our clients. So if I'm not well, whatever well is, well rested, managing my own stress,
mentally, physically, or
I'm not starving, nothing is distracting me, or I have minimized as much as I can to show up and be there for you. I mean, and that would be show up as a grandma, show up as a mental health therapist, a daughter,
as a vacation partner.
Yes.
A spouse.
But I think it kind of comes back to those, like the 5 whys and digging into what are your values, what are your priorities, because it's very rarely ever the appearance.
The number.
The
number on the scale.
If we're all to be really honest with ourselves, like a lot of times we come in with I want to weigh a certain amount. When you really dig into it, why? Why do you care what the number on the scale says? There's usually, I'm not going to say always, but there's usually something deeper in there. An insecurity or fear about something, and you got to dig into that, and then that will shift from I want to be 100 and whatever pounds or whatever your weight goal is to I want to be strong and I want to be able to do X, Y, Z. And then it becomes about how can I best live my life that meets my values and my priorities. I think that's where that shift has to come. But you have to be open to being vulnerable with that and kind of actually listening, like digging deep into why. And sometimes that's going to take digging in with a mental health therapist to have a safe place where you can really dig into that. Because I would argue that a lot of times weight goals and things like that, and whether it's being overweight, underweight, anorexia, bulimia,
multifactorial,
they do come down to these other issues, and we're kind of, food is used as a tool to help cope, if that makes sense. So I think so you got to dig into that and be willing to dig into that. And if you're not, then a lot of times the goals do fail because you got to get to that.
So you cannot set. What I'm hearing is you can't set goals without asking the question why at least once or 10 times.
I think maybe if it takes you 20. I think that is what
Because
you're hearing.
if you approach it in that way, you're going to uncover things like, well, is it for the beauty aspect or is it for the strength aspect? Is it
And then sort of the realistic piece of that is what you see probably a lot, Maribeth. Well, all of us with the aging. What worked when you were 25
does not work.
Is not working.
Well, that's the concept of the flex and pivot.
Right.
Is that you have to, in setting goals with someone, you know, I can help point that out to people. The goal of what were the perfect dimensions?
Oh God!
It was like 36, 26.
4.
Oh my gosh!
That's
something
for
like that.
cows.
Yeah.
The convolvers.
We're digressing.
Off we go.
That's where having someone bounce those ideas.
Yeah.
You know, you can set people straight.
Yeah,
but
yes, if they're willing, to hear it.
Right.
And sometimes you gotta let someone fail to realize, like, hey,
absolutely,
it was not realistic of a goal. But I definitely come back into that, even with physical therapy goals and personal training goals. Of what do you realistically have time to commit to? Don't tell me you're gonna do it 5 times a week for an hour and your job is crazy and you're dropping kids off at school and
that
you got all
sounds
this
like a
stuff.
classic New Year, New
You. That's when I'm like, no. What can you actually do? And sometimes that is literally, I can give you 10 minutes. I will take 10 minutes. Here's your thing. Go. Be successful at it. Don't try to, and that can be true even with physical therapy because people
needs to be written down to be successful.
I don't. I kind of do, but I'm old school.
I'm old school too.
I love
a
journal
and question,
right? Yeah, no,
Checking those boxes.
Yeah, I love it.
What about you from the mental health realm?
Well, whether use your 5 senses, sing it, write it. How are you going to anchor it? Put it on the wall.
Yeah.
What you see. You want to see you holding your grandchildren. I mean, I think it differs for.
It does.
It makes it real.
Does, but it makes
what's going to make it real?
And it's hard to me. It's hard to ignore if I wrote it down.
Okay, so that might lead into practical tools for realistic goal setting.
Ooh.
Apps you love. Any apps?
Oh,
I'm not an app person.
I think we have clearly proven that we are.
No,
Facebook is hard enough.
I am just as happy with a spiral bound notebook and a pen.
Yeah,
and pen, not pencil.
Write it down.
Oh, yeah. I'm a pen girl too, but I need my colored pens. Like I need a bunch of colors.
I know, but I just like the permanence of it because if it's meaningful from a goal setting standpoint, if it's meaningful enough, I'm going to write it. Even if I need to adjust and pivot, if it's important enough, then I want it down in pen.
Yeah, I don't use pencil a lot. Not anymore.
Is there a daily ritual that either of you use?
No. Oh, but I will say I don't have an app that I love, but I do have a thing that I love.
Okay.
And it's actually a notebook. It's from a company called Cultivate What Matters. And oh my gosh, I love their products. But it's I can't remember the exact name, of course, because I'm sitting right here with you guys. But it's a goal planner, and it walks you through like how to help set these goals, and then every 90 days you go back in.
Does it break it down into manageable chunks too?
Yes, and then it creates you create your attending list every month, and it's what are you going to do monthly, what are you going to do weekly, what are you going to do daily, and it has trackers in there, and then you go back every 90 days and get refreshed.
Wow.
You know, is this still important to me? And I love them. So Cultivate What Matters.
Oh, that's
Help you with follow through.
Link is on the website too.
Okay, we're not app people. Are you?
That's a paper.
Is there a podcast or a voice that you listen to? Mine's Mel Robbins. My poor clients have to hear about my Mel Robbins.
Actually, I like her guests more so than
Yes,
Robbins.
I mean, who she brings to the table.
Yeah. I don't. I try to hold myself personally accountable. Like, check in on a weekly basis. What am I doing? Is it serving me? Is it not serving me?
How about a boundary that helps you?
I'm not
with
really
your
good with
goals?
I was
those.
gonna say, I'm not sure that Pauline or I are. the
I am not
party.
really
Boundary
good with
for
that.
yourself, boundary that you set with yourself, or a boundary that you set with others.
You are much better with weekend boundaries. I will give you.
Yes, I do.
kudos on
I
that.
do have weekends are my time. And I will say Sundays, I call them Pauline days. Like, I'm very protective of my Sundays. If I don't want to do anything on a Sunday, I will not do it. And if you come over, I will not answer the door. But it's my time. So if I choose to do something on a Sunday, that's my reset day, then I will choose to. But if I don't want to, like, that's a day that I very much will be like, no, I'm not doing anything. So I do have a pretty good boundary around weekends.
Boundaries are a recurring theme on my goal setting. And I can appreciate where I've come from because I am leaps and bounds better than what I was, but it's not where I want it to be.
Well, you've got some accountability buddies.
Right. No, and Pauline, yes.
Yeah, and I've got weekends. That's all I've got. I'm still working. Other boundaries.
As
I
any
need
good
to-
goal should be, it's a work in progress.
It's always,
so.
yeah.
Mary Beth gave me a boundary set that I'm going to try and adhere to, and that is closing my kitchen at 7 p.m. every night.
Oh.
That's going to be my boundary. I'll let you know how that goes. Didn't do it last time. Well, I'm working on it.
Work in progress. Give yourself grace, right?
And I thought about it.
80% is good
Yeah,
enough.
I'm working towards it. Okay, let's see. Do you have any others?
Yeah. Anything else?
Oh, does anybody out there have any questions? That's what she said to
Or did
ask.
we lose you all?
And then I do have
No, they're with us.
I have some rapid fires.
Wait, we skipped over the apps, like those rings. Like, what do you guys
Oh
think?
yeah,
Oh.
Aurora.
Well, so I'm
I'd
always.
be interested for sleep.
I don't know how accurate they are. I would, and I have to say these with a caveat too. Any wearable devices that you're tracking stuff, be very careful with how you're going to use it because you can get obsessed with the data, and I'm starting to see that more with people. Because now you can get the glucose monitors, and you don't have to go to the doctor for it.
But we
You can-
proved your glucose monitor was crap.
Yeah, I don't think they're always super
Oh.
accurate, and then you can start to freak out. I had a client that had to take off her Oura ring because she was starting to. She was obsessive and worrying about a heart attack, even though she was not no risk
Oh, I
of
don't
it.
need
You know,
that.
but so they're useful in the sense that yes, it will tell me when, like, over the weekend I had minor signs of something stressing my body and I wasn't feeling great. And it can tell me that. It can tell me when my sleep is pretty good, when it's not. I don't think they're 100% accurate because there will be times where it says I slept great and I was like, dude, I was up all night. Like, you lied. I must not have moved much or something. But I was wide awake. So I think, but it can help with tracking like your resting heart rate, so you can start to see signs of stress on your body if you're overtraining or under recovering. Especially for my athletes, it can give you some information on like heart rate variability, which is a good metric to track for longevity. So they're useful. It does track, like the Oura ring will give you your stress score throughout the day, so it can tell you when you've been under a lot of stress. Now it doesn't tell you why, like, but it cues you to be like, well, what changed today? So they're useful, but you do have to be careful not to get super caught up in the numbers because, again, I don't know how accurate they are. Calorie counters and stuff are really not accurate on anything. So I'm sorry, guys, if you're tracking your calories on machines, they are off by hundreds. It's bad. Like, and food, same thing for food trackers. You just have to be careful what they're used for because I forget what the percentages of how off they are with calories. But
Even when you're inputting them?
oh yeah, like, well, even the information on the box.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, that's already not accurate. If you're not weighing it and you're doing, because a lot of the apps now you can take a picture and it'll estimate. So again, you're getting these estimates and people are kind of thinking they're so accurate. They're not. And, you know, calorie burn on a piece of cardio equipment can be off by hundreds of calories.
I have found it's never
careful.
off in the positive.
No, not usually. Yeah. Actually, that's not true. It will
Like
tell
a
it
scale?
usually is it tells you you burn more than you actually do. So most of the machines,
That's
yeah, it is. Because, yeah.
Yes.
So, and it
Lord.
really is, but that's where I like people, and then because if you're using this stuff to kind of inform your decisions, you have to be careful with that. Because, you know, I'll see clients who are saying, I'm only eating this, I'm exercising this much, and I'm going, no, that's not balancing. You're probably not burning that many calories on your cardio, and you're definitely more than that. You're just underestimating, and that's just human nature. So I don't love them for that reason, but I do use them sometimes to kind of give people more an idea of, especially with protein, like, it's so, women have such a hard time eating protein, and we need a lot more. So when I give it, say, you know, like for me, I'm supposed to eat about 120 grams of protein a day. They're useful for tracking that, so you can see how close you get. And most women are mind blown when they go, 50.
Try that. If you think protein's a fun one, try
fiber. Oh, I don't. Yeah, that's like 2 grams. So I think they're useful in those senses.
Can we
But
go back
yeah.
to the paper? The paper
Yeah.
gallery.
But so
Wow.
yes, they're useful, and most
So
now
just be mindful.
be mindful. And like the rings, the Whoop, there's a
Yeah.
bunch of them now.
I think the Whoop
Yeah.
does a good job on sleep quality and stress, or like from a physical stress. So it was good at measuring exercise output, endurance, that kind of thing.
So, but yeah, I mean, I definitely think there's ways to use them. I think you just have to be informed about what information they're giving.
Because there's
you.
limitations.
Yeah, and there's always going to be. But yeah, but I will say I've been a Aura ring user for probably over 5 years now, and I do like it. I mean, it's useful. I don't dig into the metrics, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of like my iPhone. I can probably do a lot more than I use it for.
It's good for, at least I've had clients who like it for cycle tracking.
Yes, I do love it for that because yes, very much so. That's especially when you're going into perimenopause or in perimenopause. It is very helpful because and they do have some uses too where you can tag things and kind of track, you know, what might be causing your stress. So you can tag, and I think most of them do it, but if you had alcohol, if you ate at this time, if you exercised too close to bed, you can start to see patterns in what kept you up, what helped you sleep better, so then it can help you with some informed decisions. You just have to.
The Whoop and the Aura don't do steps. I do think the ones that track your steps are probably
Or the
decent.
steps.
Or the steps?
Or, yeah, it'll do steps and it'll do calories, like estimated calorie burn.
I do
Again,
think this steps
very
are a
off.
good one from a motivating. But
Yes.
that is proceed with caution.
Yeah.
Back to I think people can get obsessed with that
Yes,
number.
and they,
Like they're out walking in their neighborhood at midnight
Yeah.
because they didn't
Or walking
achieve
around.
Or
their
marching in
goals.
their kitchen.
Listen, what is
that?
that? One of
Which then impacts your sleep horribly.
I'm gonna tell myself one time just because I was irritating me. I had a watch, and so I sat there and did this just to get it to the certain number because I was so close. I was like,
trick.
yeah, you can trick them.
Oh, you could put them on your dog.
Yeah. And then
Who said that?
Can you imagine what my sleep
it'd be amazing.
on my wayward
Right
dog?
on.
It's a hot pink sweater.
Yeah, put them on your
Yeah,
dog.
you should. You just see what happens.
Okay, do you want me to go to the end, the rapid fires?
Yes.
Oh gosh. Okay.
All right, y'all ready? These are cool.
Why did she get that ass going?
You put her in charge.
Right.
How? I didn't.
Pipe down. What is one thing you might, expert, suggest that people start tomorrow in terms of supporting New Year goals, priorities? What is one habit, ritual, tactic that you would?
Oh, look at that face.
Do one weird thing
Well,
every
I'm
day.
having trouble because there's a lot.
There's so
I don't
many.
think There's no great way to start. So can I throw out a few?
Yeah.
Not that you have to do them all at once, but
Yeah.
um, substitute water for anything else you're drinking.
Good.
Nice.
So if you're a soda drinker, drink water instead of soda. Move more than you did the day before.
Good.
Ooh, I like that one.
Those are probably my two tops because those are easy enough to put your head around and you can do. And when I say move more, it doesn't mean go run 5 miles. It means if you walked from the bedroom to the mailbox and back, maybe do that twice. Like small, attainable goals. Yep.
Tap them on
Move
what you're
more.
already doing. Yep. How about you, Pauline?
Do something weird every day. Make yourself laugh.
Oh,
Make other
laughter.
people laugh.
Yes.
Damn,
yes,
I do
yes.
that so
I did it earlier, and it was great because it made me laugh too. And just be weird.
Don't do it alone. We heal alone. We can do hard things. We heal together. And we can do hard things together. Sorry.
We can heal
Connect. Use your buddies. Use your loved ones. My husband has been an awesome accountability partner this season. These ladies are awesome accountability partners. And if you need some new friends and accountability partners, come visit us.
Heck yeah.
We're always
All
looking
are
for new
welcome.
buddies.
Yeah, we're kind of fun.
kind of overwhelming when you walk in the front door. Hello and welcome.
But you will laugh
You laugh.
because weirdness happens.
Any encouragement?
Like anything specific?
Anything additionally?
Oh, you're capable. Absolutely capable.
You're wired to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You're stronger than you think.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Anything coming up that you want to say?
Any questions?
Mom?
No, they're so
Fire?
quiet.
I thought you
They're
had
just taking you all in.
I bet.
You're allowed to take in.
In a good way.
No, I think this was a good, in a summary statement.
Sorry about the technology. We're getting there.
Oh, yeah.
I think this was a good topic because it's not as clean cut. Like, that was my first impression when I was told that we were doing goals was, well, that's not going to last an hour. But it is it's a much more, I think, nuanced topic. Because it's not just set a goal, do a goal. You got to set the right goals. You got to set the right goals with people. You got to get input. You've got to make them manageable. You've got to evaluate them. You might have to change them. But there's a lot to.
Yeah, be realistic.
Yeah, and not all goals are good.
Yeah.
All goals are created.
Change is stressful.
Mm-hmm.
Ground your goals in who and what matters to you, not what your neighbor's doing.
Yeah, if you get your foundation in order, goals are going to be easier to attain.
You like a good theme.
I love it.
Our theme forevermore, every time, is always individualized.
Oh,
Really,
absolutely.
I mean, so same for goals.
Well, I think that's what we. Just to wrap it back around as a whole marketing strategy, I honestly think that's what we do best.
That's what I
because we're not
100%.
none of us is that.
Yeah.
None of us are cookie cutter
No.
providers in what we do.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
So-
like that's what I mean. Overarching of everything we do is
We
the
really make a
individualized.
good effort to meet people where they are and then push them to what they can become.
I love that. We need to. I'm gonna write that down. I like that. That's good. Okay,
On
you
paper and
can-
pen. With paper
I
and
know, I
pen.
was just thinking that.
in my favorite color,
What's your favorite color?
dude.
Hot pink.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Really? Y'all
those are fighting
look
words.
around the
Blue,
room.
blue,
but,
blue.
okay, but what color blue?
Teal blue.
Dark blue.
Thank you, Brenda.
You're
You
welcome.
know me. You see me.
You're welcome.
Teal.
This?
No teal.
Teal, like more
Yeah,
this.
more that teal. But I love navy too. Anyway, I'm gonna write it down in that color with one of my magical pens. But anyway, so I guess we need to wrap it up. We could go forever, guys.
I know you guys can. I love that
We
about
can.
you.
So I am gonna make a caveat here. Usually I put these up on the YouTube channel for Elite Rehab and Performance. I'm gonna try to piece together like the 3 pieces. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
If I don't get it up, we'll at least get the long
The
part.
chunk of it was in
Yeah,
this
we'll
one.
get a big chunk. So, but I'll do my best on that, and it will be on the Elite Rehab YouTube channel.
Okay.
Shout out to our awesome cameraman who
Yes.
made things finally work.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
Brenda, thank you.
You're the best. If you need us, where can you find us? All in the same place.
3025 Highway 24.
Newport, North Carolina.
Stop in or call.
And I think that all of us are not for everybody, but we can help you get to who you need to be
Yes,
with.
that is
Yes, if
yeah.
we're not the right fit, we will absolutely help you find the person for you.
Yeah,
or
we-
the tribe for
We
you.
are capable of a serious conversation as
Yeah.
well. I mean,
Contrary to popular
not
belief.
tonight, yeah.
Yes, we can. We're actually really. I
I
will
just
say,
have-
everybody here is really good at what they do.
Firm belief that laughter makes a lot.
That's
lot
why
of
I
things
said
better.
be weird because
Especially at the end of the day.
yes, we will be back in
Mm.
February. I hope you're just yes. We're gonna hit you right when you come back.
Oh,
We will be back in February, and hopefully you'll have an Australian accent.
Good night,
Because
mate.
that would be nice. But
Shrimp on the barbie.
But as per usual, we'll let you know the topic when we know. the
When we
topic.
figure it out.
Oh, girl, I got it.
Likes the surprise.
I got it.
You can
So-
make requests too if you would
You
like.
can,
people
yes.
out there in Facebook land.
Yes, we will talk about pretty much anything. I think.
Pretty much.
I feel like nothing's really off limits to us.
You've done it already.
I probably shouldn't say that, but it's probably true.
I haven't
I know.
found it yet. So there's that.
So we will be back in February. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of January and if
Stay
you-
warm.
Stay warm, and if
Yes.
you need any help with goals, we got you.
Yeah.
Let us know.